Welcome to Fire Guy Friday, the show where we sit down with local community members, fire survivors, and safety experts to share life-saving information and safety tips, survivor testimonials, and neighborhood awareness. Today I'm sitting down with the owner and operator of LV Fires LLC, myself, David Ricketts. David, I appreciate you coming in today. Thanks for having me. I'm happy to be here, David. David, let's get straight to it. Every business owner has their why. Why did you start LV Fires LLC? Like most whys, mine is very deep and personal to me. It goes back to when I was about 4 years old, and that's when we had our house fire. It was devastating. And regardless of how old you are when it happens, that is something that sticks with you for the rest of your life and you never forget it. And the truth is, with my fire that we had, and I say mine, is because I started the fire. It was me playing with matches. Now, I just remember how scared I got once it actually started, because all I thought about was I'm going to get in trouble. And that's what most children think about is if they start the fire, they're getting in trouble. So there's not that concept of death. So when it did start, I took my sister, who was about 2 years old at the time, I took her out of the master bedroom, took her into our bedroom and said, wait here, I'm going to put out the fire. So I went to the bathroom, got little Dixie cups of water and ran back and forth a few times trying to put out the fire, but it got so big so fast that I just got scared. I dropped the cups, ran into our bedroom, ran and hid in the closet. And my sister, she was underneath the covers in her bed. And I just remember seeing all the thick black smoke that came from my parents' room to the hallway and came into our room. It was just flooding the ceiling. It was something else. I just remember that was something so vivid that it stuck out that night of the fire. Where were your parents when all this was happening? So when the smoke alarm finally started to go off, my mother came upstairs, she found us, and she tried really quick to put out the fire, but it was just too big. So by the time that we got downstairs, we got outside, I remember by the time we got out to the grass, you can already hear the sirens coming. One of the neighbors saw the flames from the window, and they called the fire department. And I remember after they put the fire out, we were in the neighbor's house. I was in a chair. We were all covered up with the thick blankets that the firemen, gave us. And I remember one of the firemen kneeling down in front of me and asked me, he said, why did you do it? And I just remember I broke down crying because I just thought about how much trouble I was going to get into once my father found out about this whole thing. But the next morning, I remember me and my sister and my mother walking through the house downstairs. Couldn't go upstairs. It was just destroyed. But downstairs in the kitchen, seeing my mother look at the cabinets, they used to be white, if I remember correctly. Everything was just covered in soot. It was just destroyed. So we left with the clothes on our back, and that was it. And you hear that so many times. We just left with clothes on our back, clothes on our back. That was us. We lost everything. So the thing is, so I started LV Fires LLC because I never want another family to go through what we went through. And if a fire still does break out, I just want to make sure that everyone gets out completely safe, without any burns, just completely unscathed, because things could be replaced, lives can't. The time that you lose recovering and burning, you can't get that time back, and that's pain that you'll have forever. That's a very powerful origin story, so I appreciate you sharing that with us. So when people look at LV Fires today, what exactly does your company do? So first and foremost, we are a fire safety company that focuses on two main things: education and awareness. So we teach families on how to reduce their chances of ever having a fire inside of the house and how to put it out if it does happen, but to make sure that you have multiple escape routes to get out of the house in a meeting spot, and you have a plan that you actually put into practice. You have to practice that plan. Now, if someone contacts you to schedule an appointment, what should they expect? So they can expect for us to all just basically sit down at the dinner table, the children as well, if there's children, because I want to make sure everyone's on the same page. We're going to go over a few things. We're going to go over the home safety checklist packet that we're going to give them, which has Operation Edith. We're going to go over the pet stickers that we give them, the people locator stickers. Then we're going to give them a gift, either a fire extinguisher and a fire blanket, an emergency preparedness kit, one of the anti-choking devices. There's different things that we give away depending on the time of year that it is. How much does all this cost? It's 100% free. So there's no charge for anything. We even do a full home evaluation if they like, where we point out different things in the house that we see that can start a fire or carbon monoxide risk inside of their home. So we could point those things out to them. We also just started carrying a thermal imaging camera so we can see the hidden hot spots, even hidden water leaks that they may have, and insulation gaps inside the house. And all this is completely free, right? Yes. The whole thing is absolutely free. There's no charge for it whatsoever. We truly appreciate you coming by today, and we just really want to thank you for everything that you do for the community. Thank you for having me. Thank you. Appreciate it. Have you or someone you know survived a house fire or carbon monoxide leak? We want to hear your story. By sharing your experience, you can help bring vital fire safety awareness to our Las Vegas community. Simply email us at david@lvfires.com with your name and contact info, and we'll take it from there. Always remember, sharing is caring.